Hello everybody and welcome back to Saxlingham. So we're just on our way now to the potato field because we have rested and moved on a month and we have weeds. I also did notice whilst preparing for this episode that if we jump out I can show you that the fertiliser, so nitrogen is perfect but the pH value is bad. I didn't think we would have to do the pH value because we did it before we did the sugar beet in here. So we are going to have to come back and do that. So what I'm thinking is we'll spray what little weeds there are, which if we have a look at here, you'll see there's not a lot at all, but it's all worth doing. So we'll get these sprayed off first. Let's just unfold that one from the look at the stereo assist setup. Once we've got these done, we will come back with our lime. We will then lime it, and then we also have, I'm doing this very badly at the minute, we also have, if we have a look on here again, field 38, which that is, did we do that in the previous episode? Yeah, must have done. Field 38, that needs weeding, 40 needs weeding, and 39 we need to look at getting that drilled. And whilst we are here, we are going to go and buy our planter before we forget. So planters, it is this one, the 12 metre one. We want to make sure we have seed and fertiliser. Right, we're not going for that at all. That's far too big. We'll go for that one. Ridge markers. It doesn't cost us anything, so we might as well. And like I said, this works brilliantly for us because our rolls are just over 12 metres, and that's 12 metres. So we can continue to do everything together. So that is £139,500. But, which now brings us below, beneath the £1 million mark, which is annoying. I've quite enjoyed seeing us be having so much money, and that seems to be working just fine. Oh, I've had the store delivery mod put on somewhere. I do that by accident a lot at times, so that's just charged us, but that's absolutely fine. I'm not too fussed. We've just spent nearly 150,000 or 140,000, so what's a couple extra grand? But right, so we'll get on with this. We do have a worker currently, or should be working. Looks like they're just going around in circles. We do have our worker there who's meant to be, I'm going to say he's just reversing to get into position now. He should be putting in canola, I think, although that doesn't look like he's drilling at all. Okay. We're going to have to keep an eye on him over there, but he should be drilling canola in there, which I don't know why drilling canola in April is very weird. But anyways, he's doing that contract in the background, whilst we look to get everything else sorted. So we've got the smallest of slithers on that left-hand side that needed spraying, which, yeah, rather annoying. But anyways, our worker, he is actually drilling in field 9. Like you can see, the soil texture is changing, and he is going over it all. But for some reason, it's not actually putting canola in, which is very, very strange. So if we, with that done, we can turn it off, fold it up. If you look here, he's working obviously across very nicely. So I don't know why it's doing that, but I think we'll have to just resort back to some of the weeding contracts that we've had that failed, where we actually go and do the contracts, but we pay ourselves anyways, cancel it and get ourselves paid. Right, we're going to go back to the yard now because the fent is all... Ooh, better concentrate where we're going. The fent is all set up. That has the lime spreader on. It will probably take us 2 loads to do it, so there'll be a little bit of driving backwards and forwards, I would imagine. But yeah, once we've got this field done, we'll then go and try sort out some of the others. But I definitely want to get de-weeded, limed, and get our next field, the soybean field, drilled. I want to get all that done. Almost a crash there in this episode. So let's park this. I reckon we just put this on the grass margin over here, like so. Is there... I just want to make sure, because I know we used some lime up. That's... must all be seeds, I'm going to guess. Let's go 1,000 litres, big bag, seeds, yeah. Right, we will go jump into the fent, which is here, conveniently all loaded up for us. Even with that big front weight on, look how much weight it has on the back. It's unbelievable, that. Right, let's make our way back over to the potato field. We'll get that done, and then we'll probably look at spraying another field off, which we may go to the canola field, because that's quite a big field. Go get that sprayed off, then we'll probably change to go drilling and rolling at the same time, and then finish again by spraying. I'm just trying to break up, because the spraying jobs can soon be all encompassing, you know, for an episode. So I am trying to break it up so it's slightly different things every time. So I've seen Farm Sim Briscoe, he's already doing another map, which I think is a 4X map. I want to say it's called Woodside, but if I'm honest, I can't exactly... Ooh, that should have looked there. I can't remember exactly, but I think that's what it's called, which, if it's anything like this, would be an amazing map. I'm very unsure whether I will play on it or not, purely because I just think the fields could be just that little bit too big. They're big enough on here, and I think this is about the max we want to go, you know, to be able to do videos and time lapses and all that sort of thing. Because I don't enjoy doing... Well, I say I don't enjoy. I'd much rather do a full time lapse where you get a field done. I've just done that for the worker, haven't I? Not for steering assist. I'd rather do a time lapse of where I can complete the job I'm doing, instead of, you know, having to do it like planting this field here. I think, did it take 3 time lapses to do in the end? Being able to do that in one would be much better. Right, 42 metres. Let's set that on. So if we turn it on, and let's get on to that first line. We'll try and get... Well, look at the minimap. That's changing drastically. Some places are alright, some places weren't. But, well, look at the top left there, how much we're bringing it on. +1 pH value, predominantly. Alright, we're going to get this done, and I'll bring you back once we've limed the whole field. What do we think? Are we going to make it or not? It seems a bit ludicrous to go back and get a little bit. It's actually a bigger portion than what I thought. Right, we will just quickly, I'll jump cut this going back, and we will return when we have another full load in the spreader, and we'll just finish off doing that. But that is soon eaten into sort of our lime supplies. Be interesting to see actually how much we have left. So for the last time, one would hope, if we just pull to there, so we're going to have 12,000 litres of lime left. So we do need to look at, I don't know why the lime's not showing in there, we do need to look at probably doing some more stones somewhere, which we should do. Just trying to think, we can't pull any up with our cultivator because it's only a shallow one, I think. But whilst we're here, let's just have a quick look, see how our worker's getting on up here. So they're still going, must be on the headland. Oh, fence. Must be on the headlands. So once we see him finish up there, we can then obviously give ourselves the money for the contract, which I don't like doing it like that. But obviously I know he's been there, and I also know that he is using seed. Just, it's not computing that it's gone into the ground. So we're now just doing the final little bit. I think I mentioned it in one of the previous episodes. So I have been looking at potato harvesters, which we won't be buying one, I don't think, until we need to. Otherwise it will just depreciate in value. But we have a few options for us. So if we... I'll just get out this field quickly. But there's the main base game one, which we used before, which is a brilliant thing. You know, does it hold 20-odd thousand litres? So it holds a decent amount in it. But here, I'll show you now. We are here, so let's go down to potato technology. So this is the base game one. You can get 22,500 litres of potatoes in. It's roughly about a 3 metre working width, yeah, which is brilliant. We do also have this one, which I'll be honest, I have upped the capacity in it, but I haven't upped the weight, so I don't know whether that will do any harm. Which that's what I am more planning on using, because it is something. Well, it's different, isn't it? I don't think we've used this one before, so that's one that I am. So that's one that I'm wanting. Or we can go down this route and we can get the lizard colossal. But we won't go for the unrealistic. We'll be going for this header on it, which, if I remember rightly, in 22, it did have a picture of a potato on it to make sure that you knew you had the right. It's staring me right in the face, so I'm going to say that's the potato image there. Yes, we've got camouflage. That's certainly different, but obviously I want to buy it. So, and this is where I'm sort of thinking, if we went down this route, it also means that if we go sugar beet headers, we can also go and get the sugar beet header as well. Obviously, again, we won't go unrealistic at all. I'm not going down that route. Which we go beet harvesters, we would then go for this one. So it would actually work out cheaper for us to do it this way, and then we could just buy the different headers, and then we can do both root crops. What's that capacity? 45,000 litres. I have to admit, this is more. What is the exhaust system that we're changing? I am favouring going down this route because it just means it opens up everything for me, which would be a bit better. I can change all the colours, which is a good thing, which I'll probably change them all to red. But yeah, that's where I'm sort of thinking with it all. But I'm not a big fan of using the Colossus mods. I think they're brilliant. But they just open the door to where some people could say that's cheating, you know, you're not being realistic or whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. And it gives us that extra metre sort of working width, and it's doubling the capacity size. I'll have a think about it. We've still got plenty of time. But right, we need to get back to the yard, go jump in the sprayer. I think we'll go and spray field 41, I think, the new field that we bought, that canola field. Then after we've done, that's my alarm going off on my phone. After we've sprayed that off, we will go and gather our planter up for the first time and get using that. So we can drop this off now, because I don't believe we need this again. I can't see where we're going. I don't believe we need this again now for this year. I'm nigh on certain we had done everything. So let's drop that there. Let's not just reverse into it. Come on, that was silly. Right, we'll take this front weight off, because this then can go. You'd have realised in the previous episode I'd put the class and the roller up at the top at field 39, but we can now just put this onto the rolls instead, whilst the class is staying on the sprayer. So we'll leave that there for now. Let's jump into this one and make our way over to field 41. So this field, it won't look the greatest doing this, because the tram lines, I think, are to the 27 metres, which is the sort of the base game width, and we're obviously working at 36, so you'll just have to forgive the driving and not using the tram lines, but I'd rather make full use of our working width. So steering assist 36, let's put that on. Yeah, so we will make sure that we get this all sprayed, and then, like I said, we can then finally go and get our new planter and give that a whirl. There's the tiniest little bit that we need to get. So if I reckon we can just cut this like so, and then that should get everything we need, one would hope. Let's just do a full circle like that. And if we just go back on to the mini map, yeah, that's getting it there. And then we need to go over here, and we'll get this little bit. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put the worker on to do our, which field is it? To do field 38. We also have, our worker has finished the drilling, not drilling, well, the sowing. He's finished doing that as well. So let's get this last little bit, and we can start to fold, well, turn it off and fold that up. How much was that contract? So 44,450. And as you can see, we've now got the money there in the top right corner. So let's now go and cancel that. If we don't, what are we losing? Let's collect. So have we just lost money doing that? Oh, we got 100. Why do we get 162? Well, it said 0% complete. Anyways, it's annoying when I can't finish contracts. I want to try and do everything, as right as possible. And what also makes me just Remember, so let's go precision farming. We want to go tram lines, 36. I want to try... Which way are we going there? I'm trying to minimise the amount of tram lines we have. That doesn't seem to be doing much. Let's go the other way. Is that straight up? And that, I think, is better. We'll do that. Track width 2 meters, yeah. Right, so that is, obviously, that's another job for us to do once we've harvested this field, is we need to subsoil out these tram lines. Right, we'll go get this onto a worker doing that field for us, the 38, whatever it was, and we will go and we'll go to the store where the fast track is. We will go collect our planter for the first time. And it's done the same as what it did in a previous year. It's just sort of left this, but there is the odd P in it, which is interesting. And it's also one of the tram lines over there. It's just wiped out the whole thing. There's nothing in the middle, so I may rip out that tram line in at the end of this, just to see whether that sorts it out. And same with this, just come through with subsoiler. So right, let's go to here. We'll go for the worker. Yes, please. Let's set the worker off. Don't unfold there, you're going to get caught in a tree. And we are going to go to the store. We're going to go jump in the fast track. We're going to have to get some solid fertiliser, I believe, which we can do that at the store, but we'll come back here for the seeds. So, let's reverse on. And I'm now uncertain it's solid fertiliser, yes, which is 2,000 litres each. So, consumables, solid fert. Obviously, we're only making liquid fertiliser at the moment. I haven't found a production that does do solid fertiliser, but if we can find one, then that's definitely a route I would like to go down. So that's the first bag in, and we are slightly too far away from the other bag. So let's just reverse in. So, get that in. We want to change this to soybeans, and we'll get to the farm and we'll try to take some seed out of our seed production for the first time. Or is it the first time, or have we taken some out already? From what I can remember, they'll be getting seed out for the first time if we can. Right, so lids off, which I do love that the lids, you see them turning up there. It's all little things like that for me I really like seeing. We need 2, our dozer is in the way, which I may take the dozer because it doesn't want to be up here now, because our next port of call, in my belief, is where these trees are just beneath this silo. That's where I want to start taking out some trees here and making a flat spot so that we can start to extend the yard. And is there a big dip there? Here? Yeah, there is. That needs sorting. So we'll just leave it here for now. Let's go jump back in that fast track and we will reverse under. So let's see, does it automatically fill or do we have to fill it? Probably helps if we're a bit better underneath it. Like I said, I can't remember whether we did put the harsh drill under here or whether I just used seed from the shed. Nope, under straight fill like that. That's 2,000 litres. That's amazing that we're now making all our own stuff. You know, I'm very happy, very pleased that we're doing that. Right, we will make our way up to that top field. We'll get our worker on so he's following us with follow me, and we can look to get that drilled. Let's put our lids back on as well. So as you can see, we've still got a few trees, you know, a few sort of harvestable trees left here, and I think in this top bit of woodland we've got a few trees here that we can take out. There's definitely 2 that you can see in front of us, yeah, and there's definitely some more over there. So that will be something that come next winter we'll get in, or once everything's done and sorted and there's nothing else for us to do, we will go in and sort that out. Let's try and now have we want to be getting onto that fast track. Like so. Are these rolls down? They're down, which is brilliant. But yeah, so that will give us a bit more. You can just see tops of trees here of the ones that we can look to take out. And then whether we replant or whatnot, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think we will do, but it's always an option. Steering assist. Yes, please. So we want to... I'm not in the greatest of positions. I just hope that the roller man doesn't start driving forward as I'm driving back. Right, well, I don't think there's much more to do than to get on and try and get this all drilled. Let's get onto there. We'll drop it down. Why is the texture not changing? Oh, no, it is. For some weird reason, my textures doesn't really want to change too much. But it's ever since the last update. But anyways, yeah, like there. I don't know whether that's... There we go. Now it's decided to change. Right, we'll get cracked on. So we just have this little bit, and then near the bottom, I think I missed a little bit over there. So I'm just hoping we can get all this in one pass. If not, I'm not too bothered about what we've missed there. It's more what I think we may have missed. Ooh, I've missed a bit there as well. Oh, that's ended very poorly, hasn't it? It's more down here. I just want to get this little bit put in. I forgot. Loaded this up with solid fertilizer, but we don't need any because we're doing soybeans. But right, let's just drop onto here like so. Get this little bit put in, and then that will be us done. I presume our worker has finished down here doing the spraying. If we just have a look, no, they're caught. Well, they're moving again now, but we have had to change them. I've just put it onto course play instead to see whether that makes a difference. Because for some reason it just kept wanting to drive into the fence all the time. But right, is our worker? Yes, he's following. So we can take this all back down to our yard, and there we can then start to put stuff away. But I think we will do that in the interim in between episodes. So yeah, that worker is now working brilliantly, using the tram line, so we're doing the correct width and spraying the peas out, so we're getting rid of all the weeds in the peas. So I am going to leave it, I think, here. What better than two of our biggest tractors, and then a third, well, our three biggest tractors I should say, all here together. In the next episode we will probably have to have a look at our cow. Definitely need to go look at our cows. So we do have all our silage bales still in field 29. So we'll have to gather them up, bring them back over to field 68 where the cows are, and we'll get them fed. And then I would presume we can move on. I'm not too sure what to do with the sowing contract. So we've had one go wrong already. I don't really want to be going and doing another and getting that wrong. And then there isn't really, so I think it's feed cows and then move on. Obviously wait for this field to be done. But it's nice to see that's on 99, this one's on 99, 99, 100, 99, 72, 98. So we are, bar this field here, which, why is that? What is the top one? We've put nitrogen on there because that's, if we go to here, bar this strip here, which I couldn't be bothered to go redo. But anyways, our sell prices, we're getting an extra 11% for everything we sell, which is brilliant. We will need to redo these two at some point. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.